Hey everybody, it's Nerdy30. Wanted to say thank you for joining me for part 3 of the PC flipping until I buy a truck. I wanted to say that I am trying to get out as much content as I can before Christmas. Unfortunately, I'm not going anywhere for Christmas this year, so we're going to be home, so I should have plenty of time to hopefully get out at least 2 more videos in the series before the end of the year. So this is going to be kind of a short video because I'm kind of at a standstill with the optiplexes. So you see we've got 1, 2, 3, and then that is the motherboard from number 4. So this little guy unfortunately was from the system that was missing the power supply, and it actually had a dead board. So I'm at a standstill because I misinterpreted the RAM that I had. I thought that I had a plethora of compatible RAM for this system, for these 6th gen optiplexes, and I did not. So I had to order a couple of kits, and hopefully we will get them in by the end of the week, and we'll hopefully have 2 systems up and running. So this is just going to be a short kind of a where we're at money-wise. So in part 1, it kind of was rushed because I had a that 7070, and if you remember, I sold it the same day that I built it, so I really didn't get a chance to benchmark it. So I sold that for $160, and I sold the processor from this motherboard, which was an i5 6500. I sold it for $20. So that brings the current fund up to $180. And as you can see here, I have a EVGA GTX 1050 Ti and an HP, what is it, a GT 1032 gigabyte GDDR5. Looks kind of like this little MSI card, but that's just one I use for a little 710 I use for testing PCIe slots. But I picked up the graphics cards, the 1050 Ti and the 1030 for $50. So 180 minus 50 leaves me $30. And the kits, the 2 kits of RAM were right around $30 shipped. It was like 29 and some change. So we'll just call it 30 for easy math. So we're sitting at $100 cash. 1, 2, 3 systems, and the plan is to sell the 1050 Ti system. I'm thinking probably I don't know, $130, $140, and I'll probably ask $120 or so for the 1030 system. This little guy is leftover, and I think, I don't want to say keep it because I don't, as you see, I really don't need to keep anything. I've got so many computers. But this is going to probably get another graphics card I have. I have a WX 2100, which are 2 gigabyte GDDR5 cards, comparable to the 1030. But I got those out of that massive parts haul from my friend's haul that I talked about when I helped him in the first episode. So I'm thinking that if I toss that in and I get 100, 110 bucks out of it, or maybe even $80, we should be okay. So with the $100 that I have on hand, and then let's say 130 and let's call it 120. Probably the lowest I'd take on those two. So adding 250 into the fund would be 350, and then if I can get $100 out of this, that should bring me up to $450. Now I have a massive pile of graphics cards, which if you remember in the first episode, I mentioned that I may wind up selling some parts as a bulk deal. So I have 8 or 9 of those GTX 760s actually right here. I've got a few of these, and they're all dusty, but they work really well. They came out of some HPZ series. I'm not sure why they were used. They were office PCs, but they're, other than being dusty, I doubt they had a lot of strain on them. And then I've got 2 GTX 960s left in the in that graphics card. So I figure those sell for, I don't know, 30 to 40 bucks, I think, last time I checked, for sold listings. So the plan is to maybe throw 6 or 7 of them together, put them up for, I don't know, 150, 160, try to pass on the savings to somebody else. But if I can get 450 out of that, all those parts combined, plus the 150, and clear out 3 systems and a whole stack of cards, that should put me at about $600. So I'm hoping by the end of the month to be up at least past the $500 mark. And I have some motherboard combos that I may or may not keep for use. They have a Xeon equivalent. I think it's a 1650 V3. The Xeons, I apologize, I'm not quite as used to them, so they are new to me, but I've got probably a dozen of those, so I may sell some of those off in bulk too. But these 2 systems are going to be the same. i5 6500, 16 gigabytes of RAM. This one's got a nice 256 gigabyte NVMe, brand new CMOS, and a 2 terabyte 7200 RPM drive. So the only difference between this one and this one is going to be the graphics card. So I actually forgot about the 2 terabyte in this one, so I may actually ask a little bit more for it, but I don't know. I'm really don't try to make as much as I possibly could off these systems. In my mindset, my thing is fast sales equals sales. Sometimes I sell stuff where I can make a profit and then maybe pass the savings on to somebody else. So the only other news that I've got, I guess, is, as you saw, I mounted the monitor to the wall. It's actually kind of my thing. I mounted my TV in my living room, which is the first time I've ever done it. And then this is just like a little $10 VESA mount from Walmart, and the power supply for the monitor is just tucked up back there. And I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit, and I've got the one power strip over there that it'll work. Eventually, I actually like this out here. So the eventual goal with the garage is to maybe put a small mini split out here and then insulate it so I can use this as a livable space for working on. In this case, you can see from here to here is probably, I guess, 5 feet or so. So I'd like to actually have a little workbench that I built in, and then you can see where my I got some flooring that I'm doing. As I said, I've been working on it, and some molding when I get the chance, but I'd like to actually get a rolling toolbox, which would clear up under there. And there's a box over there with some old tools in it. I picked up some new enclosures today. My wife and I actually have ball pythons, so they're getting big and they need bigger homes. So I apologize for not having a ton of information on it, but if you've made it this far in the video, the secret password for this video is going to be pet. Tell me what your favorite pet is, if you have a favorite pet. Doesn't have to be one you have now, could be a pet from your childhood. For me, it's really hard. I have a dog named Riva who I haven't shown yet. She's was supposed to be a support dog. My wife had some health issues that she was supposed to be a service dog, but Riva's just too neurotic and too clingy to be a service dog. So she's actually just a good old companion, but she is such a sweetheart. And if you like the footage of the pets, I try to keep it real with you. Sometimes I'm working on videos and they come out, and sometimes they don't. But if you like them, give them a shout out in the comments, and I'll try to include some more footage with them. And if it's too distracting and too off topic, then let me know, and I won't put them in the video again. So anyhow, I'm going to try to have this out in the next day or so. I actually shot this in one big go, so more of just an update. And then I think in part 4, we'll try to sit down and talk a little bit more what the goal is for this. I know I said I wanted to come up with a down payment to get a truck, but we haven't really talked about the truck or the down payment or kind of the price point that I'm looking for. So anyhow, once again, I really appreciate if you've made it this far in the video. Leave a thumbs up in the comment if you've made it to the very end, and leave the password if you made it to that part in the video. If you like budget PC content, a little bit of thrifting, maybe some game hunting, a little bit of game conventions, maybe consider giving my channel a like and a subscribe. Then hit that notification bell so that way you can see my content as it's coming up. As you can see, I've got a little bit of everything. I'm passionate about tech and trying to save what I can, and as you can see, I am just excited with all of this stuff that I've got. So anyhow, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm Nerdy30, and I'm signing out.